I went up to the roof to fire him for wasting time, but what I saw made me fall to my knees. I was already irritated. Even in the shade, it was over 37 degrees Celsius, and the worker, he was the cheapest laborer I could find. I chose him because I didn't have much money.
He arrived in an old pickup truck that sounded like it would fall apart at any moment. His clothes were stained with oil and sweat. A quiet man, he just nodded and worked. But on the third day, the sound of the hammer stopped. 20 minutes of silence. I was paying him to work, not to rest. Angrily, I went out the back door, set up the ladder, and climbed to the roof, rehearsing my words. "Hey!" I shouted, pulling myself up over the edge. "Is this a tea break?" Then I froze. He wasn't on his phone. He wasn't smoking. He was lying flat on the scorching roof, carefully using his rough hands to build something.
He had made a small, temporary shelter from wood scraps and sheet metal. Inside, he had placed soft padding pulled from his own jacket. In it were 3 tiny baby birds, featherless, helpless, beaks open.
He was dripping water into their mouths with a plastic spoon. He looked at me like a child caught stealing.
"Boss, I'm sorry," he stuttered, wiping sweat from his eyes. "I wasn't trying to stop working. When I lifted the old part of the roof, they were there." He pointed to the nest. "The mother kept flying around me, crying. I couldn't just throw them away. The job instructions say remove debris, but they're innocent creatures. What did they do wrong?"
He carefully placed the shelter near the chimney, where it would be safer from wind and sun. "I'll work until late," he rushed to say. "I'll make up the time." My anger disappeared instantly. Something heavy replaced it in my throat.
His fingertips were bleeding. His neck was sunburned because he had placed his cap over the birds for shade. He was doing hard labor for very little pay, yet he stopped to save creatures that could give him nothing in return. "Come down," I said. He looked defeated, probably thinking I was firing him. When we reached his truck, I looked inside. There was a child's car seat in the passenger seat, blankets in the back, a box of toys, a cooler. His invoice had no home address, just a P.O. box. He wasn't just working out of that truck, he was living in it. "With your child?" I asked. He stood straight. "She stays with her grandmother during the day. We're just between places right now. I applied for an apartment." It wasn't the whole truth. I recognized that look. I had lived those days too. I wrote a check. We had agreed on $1,200. I wrote $2,500. "Boss, this says $2,500. "No mistake," I said. $1,200 for the roof, the rest is for environmental protection." That strong man who worked under the burning sun all day broke down in tears. He couldn't even speak. "You don't know what this means for my daughter," he whispered. "I think I do," I said.